Okay, imagine this. What if you lost it all? I mean, everything. You had to start over from absolute zero. No money, no connections. What would you even do? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into, because we are breaking down entrepreneur Dan Martell's precise plan to build $1 million business from scratch, and we're supercharging it with AI.
And look, this isn't just some theory from a textbook. This comes from real-world experience. Martell's journey is, wow. I mean, he went from jail and rehab with absolutely nothing to his name to becoming a cash millionaire by the time he was 27. His story is all the proof you need that where you start has zero to do with where you can finish.
So, that's the big question we're answering today, right? We're taking his blueprint and reverse engineering it for right now, for the AI era. So, let's get into the step-by-step process.
All right, let's kick things off with part one. How you get from zero to a solid plan. I mean, before you can build a house, you need a foundation, right? And that foundation, it always starts with finding the right problem to solve.
This right here, this is the core rule. Martell says for just a minute, forget your passion. Instead, go find something that people are absolutely desperate to fix. Think about it. Vitamins are kind of nice to have, sure. But when you're in real pain, you will pay almost anything for a painkiller. That's the kind of business you want to build.
So, how in the world do you find that painkiller idea? Well, Martell points to this really powerful framework called Ikigai. It's this Japanese concept that helps you find your reason for being by finding that sweet spot, that perfect intersection of your personal strengths and an actual market opportunity.
Now, here's what's so interesting about this. Most people look at these 4 questions and think it's all about self-discovery. But Martell's take is different. He says, no, this is market validation. You're not just looking inside yourself, you're looking out into the real world to prove that people will actually pay for what you find in the middle of these circles.
And this is where AI becomes your secret weapon. Instead of just trying to brainstorm in a vacuum, you can literally have an AI assistant act as your unbiased interviewer. It'll ask you the hard questions, it'll poke at your blind spots, and really help you nail down that perfect blend of passion and profit. So here's the bottom line for this section. Ideas are worthless without action. You do not have a business until a stranger gives you money. The whole entire point of this first step is to get you to that first sale as fast as humanly possible.
Okay, so now you've got a problem that's actually worth solving. The next piece of the puzzle is to package your solution into an offer that's, well, basically impossible to say no to.
You have to remember, a confused mind always says no. So your offer needs to be incredibly simple and incredibly powerful. And it's built on these 4 pillars. First, a crystal clear promise of the transformation they're going to get. Second, a guarantee that completely reverses all the risk for them. Third, a bonus that crushes their biggest objection before they can even think it. And finally, scarcity. And we're not talking about those fake countdown timers. This is internal scarcity, making them realize the real cost of just staying stuck where they are and not taking action today.
And you guessed it, there's an AI shortcut for this too. You can feed your basic idea into a prompt, just like this one, and it'll spit out a fully drafted, super compelling offer in minutes, not weeks. This is a huge accelerator.
All right, let's talk pricing. This chart shows the strategy perfectly. You need 3 tiers. First, a really high anchor price that immediately makes your main offer look like a bargain. Then, you have your main offer. And finally, a slightly cheaper decoy offer that makes the main one feel like the absolute no-brainer choice.
Okay, this is some critical advice, and it might make you a little uncomfortable. You have to charge more than you think you should. Seriously, underpricing is a total trap. It just attracts the worst clients, it makes you resentful, and it leaves you with zero money to reinvest and get better. Nobody wins when you undercharge.
So before you take this amazing offer out into the real world, you gotta stress test it. And you can use AI as your personal sparring partner. Just tell it to act like a super skeptical buyer and tear your offer apart. This lets you practice, refine your pitch, and get ready for anything before you ever talk to a real human.
Okay, perfect. You've got a validated idea and an offer that's irresistible. Now, we gotta find the people who are actually gonna pay for it. Look, you can't just build it and expect people to show up. Your number one job is outreach. It used to be that this meant, maybe 5 painstakingly personalized messages a day if you were lucky. With AI, you can 10x that to 50 without losing that personal touch.
I love this analogy. Think of sales like this staircase. Your potential customer, they're down at the bottom, in hell, struggling with their big, painful problem. Your job isn't to talk at them, it's to ask the right questions to guide them, one step at a time, up the staircase to heaven, which is, of course, the transformation your offer gives them.
So how do you know what questions to ask? Simple. You do your homework, and AI is like your own personal research assistant. A prompt like this will give you a one-page summary on any prospect, pointing out their likely problems and, this is the magic part, finding those uncommon commonalities that build instant trust.
We are so close. You've closed the deal. But listen, the game is not over. In fact, you could say the most important part is just about to start. The second someone gives you their money, a little clock starts ticking. It's called buyer's remorse. And the only antidote is to give them a win. And give it to them fast. This is called time to first value. Your entire goal is to shrink this down from days or weeks into just minutes. That's how you turn a customer into a raving fan for life.
And here is the AI-powered playbook for doing exactly that. Step 1, have AI create a smart onboarding questionnaire. Step 2, send them the link the instant their payment goes through. And Step 3, plug their answers right back into AI to automatically generate a personalized roadmap to their transformation. I mean, they're getting value before they've even had a chance to second-guess their decision. It's brilliant.
So after all this, the most crucial point of the entire blueprint is this. You have to act. You have to go now. None of this matters if you get stuck in that preparing to get ready mode. You know what I'm talking about. Start small, start messy, I don't care. But for the love of everything, just start.
People might look at someone successful and call it luck. But as Martel says, success isn't about never failing. It's about taking so many shots that your failures just become data points, stepping stones. It's all about being wildly impatient with your actions while being incredibly patient with the results.
So let's make this real. Forget tomorrow. Out of everything we discovered, what is the one single action you can take right now before your head hits the pillow tonight to push your idea forward? Because that one small, messy action, that's where the $1 million journey actually begins.